radiation symbol around here. Let's do it. Let's do it. First things first, though. See me around here. My name's Adam.
Hello everyone, welcome back. So in today's video, we are going to install SailCN UI in our React application. But before that, I want to give you introduction of SailCN UI, like what is SailCN UI and how it is different from other UI libraries. So let's go to documentation and explore it a little bit. So you can see introduction.
Whoops. Anyway, my name is Adam. The stream is called Coding Things IRL because that is what I do, and I love to do it in front of you, and I'm stoked to do it today. And today we're going to be adding more features to our game. There's not much left to add. We currently have the capability to save images. I'm thinking I might want a few more things, but I don't want to go too crazy on it because after all, it does have to get done at the end of the day. I know you guys want to play it. I've got a lot of requests for people to get their hands on it and start making their own Lite Brite art. But I want to make sure that it's good and it's not going to crash on you guys, because it's super frustrating when you have made something that's looking really great and then all of a sudden it just goes away forever. That's what makes for a bad game. That's what makes for bad reviews. So we are going to do everything that we can to do that before we get it in y'all's hands, so that we make sure that it's nice and not frustrating. There we go. Music was too loud. Okay, good. I'm glad that it's corrected now. What's up? How's everybody going today? Let me make sure the music is on, though. Just a little bit turned down, because I do need it to, like, feel something. Bet. There we go. That should be a little bit... That should be better. Hold on. There should be no trouble hearing me now. There should be no trouble hearing me now. Brother, I don't know these things that you speak of. I'll be honest with you, Prophet of Shiba Inu. I don't know these things that you speak of. But that's alright, brother. You're free to speak them. You're free to speak them, brother. Get the music up a little bit, because now I'm loud. I can super hear myself. Maybe I need to be a little bit less loud. I want it to be pleasant, not like punch you in the face sounding. Okay, I think I know what that means. But this is a coding stream. Alright. So let's just jump right into it, right? Radiation symbol. Start with the circle, and we will make the circle. This time I'm going to do something different, though. I'm going to save my hex color because I realize I can see it over here. Right here. Boom. I have a little notepad over here. I'm copying my hex color, so that way if I need to come back to it, which I shouldn't, there's only one color in this object, but whatever. We'll see what happens. Okay, so we want it to be filled. Okay, good. Now, it's probably not going to be big enough. I might have to make these circles bigger, but for now, we'll just let it be. We can offset it like that to make it more filled in. Pretty much like in every direction. Just keep filling it in until it looks good. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, now I need a reference. Even though it's simple. Okay, images. Give me just one. There we go. That's good enough. Alright, yeah. Okay, I think I can see it. Mine's just gonna be kind of like, I guess we could do the rectangle and then recess the circle. Let's do that then, yeah. We'll make the rectangle and then we'll recess the circle instead. I changed my mind. So our rectangle will be, what do we say, 24 and 24? No, it's too small. Let's go 32, 32. Perfect. Now we need the recessed circle. So let's make a circle, and it's pretty much going to be as big as it can get. And we might even have to come back a little bit on our rectangle. So now we'll make it, this is the reason why we make it a different color, so we can actually see it. I still can't see it. Maybe if I make it red, I see it. There we go. Yeah, I can kind of see it. So that's off, but that's fine. We'll fix it. It's a little better. I'm realizing that the fill method makes this kind of difficult, but we'll deal with it. Alright, so I still have my color saved here, so let me grab that. Definitely, I think it's a need now to make the fill method kind of configurable. Otherwise, it's just, I don't know, doesn't feel good. Another thing, the fill method doesn't really correspond with the fixed peg's position. It absolutely should. It makes it difficult for me to decide like where I should put these right now. Anyway, I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you guys what's going on. There's some ones, like if I look around, I can see the definite ones that I have to remove. For sure. And then I think I need to add some here. Maybe that, not that one. That looks a little much over there. John Worldman, what's up? Rusterized, what's up? I don't think I said hey to you. It's good to see you guys. It's really good to see you guys. Every last one of you. You guys mean so much to me. How are you guys doing? Yeah, looking good so far. Looking good. I'm not happy with the circle, and I'm not happy with the way that the fill method works for us. But we're gonna keep going, actually, because I do want to make this nice for you, brother. And I now have the ability to save it, so maybe once the game is live, we can look at giving it to you. Nice present from me to you. Okay, this looks congruent. This does not look congruent. I'm not sure what I'm seeing that's different. Oh, there we go. Now it's congruent. All right. Yeah, okay. Alright, for sure there's a circle in the middle of this, but how big is the circle, I wonder? That's gonna do for now. And then, like, I guess the bottom one would probably be the easiest for me right now. Happy Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Make sure you reflect on what that means. Alright, I don't want this to suck. I think this looks okay. It might be a little bit fat, but I'm going to leave it for now. I think for sure we can end up doing this right here and this right here. Possibly even this right here. No, I think that one needs to stay at least. Going with a weird gradient here. But alright. I think that needs to go. That. Almost there. Kind of. Not, I got my gradient mixed up. Those are bad. These are good. But this one's bad. This one's bad. Maybe that one. And that one. Man, this is hard. Alright, well, let's do some other ones that we know for sure are going to be taken away. Okay. I think that we need some of these back up here, possibly. And we need this possibly to be a little lower. And this is actually like a flat line. So it's more like this would end up getting us something that looks a little bit more like what we're going for. Yeah, that's a lot better. And then I think that needs to be there like that. Almost there. Almost there. I think that's not right. No, that's not right. We're almost there, dude. That's not right. These two are not right. I don't think. Maybe they are, though. Let me look at it. Let me look at it. Yeah, no, that's right. So that means that has to be the same over here. Kind of. And this looks different. This looks way different. Looks kind of weird. Marco, I don't know what you said, brother, but thank you for joining. Is there a way to rotate the image? There's no way to rotate the image yet, unfortunately. That's something that I've been contemplating doing. Be pretty sweet. All right, what's going on here? Why does this look bad? I think right here, like, just needs to come out. Almost there, brother. It looks like an angry luchador. Yeah, it's too small is the problem with that. That's the problem that you're seeing there, my brother. Or like maybe a yellow Spider-Man. I could see this being a yellow Spider-Man. It doesn't go up like that though. It stays down. Where does it curve? It stays, oh, it's like a right angle right there. It's greater than a right angle here. So like, I just have to make it to where, I think that's fine. That's not. That's not. That's probably fine. That. I see. Man, that's tripping me out. So it goes up and then. Okay, it's not even. It's a bit of the problem that we're having here, but we can fix that. So I think this is where we would start to curve down. What's the difference there? Since it's not even on one side, it's not even on the other side. So we can start to make the circle bigger from the outside. but I see obviously this one. Let's see. It'd be sweet if I could just copy it and then like rotate it like Worldman said. Pretty sweet. But I think this goes on the outside, or maybe this is arranged like this over there, kinda. No, hold on. Let me just take a step back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up, and then over like that, and then up 1. There. Okay, that's even at least. At least that's even. Almost. Just needs 1 here. And then that needs to be taken care of. Kind of. That looks wrong. Just do, and then up. And then this one goes do, and then up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. That's the same. All right. Let's see. Do want to make it a little bit nicer than this. All right, let's go back to the circle unfilled, and we'll see about expanding it a little bit if we can. It looks like we can. That's great, because we reduced it a lot. So what we're going to do is we are going to, as best we can, just put that there, and then we'll start shrinking it back. Let's go to what, 90? I'd say 95, probably 95. I don't know. 98? I mean, it's all just kind of like interpreted, so it's just going to put them wherever. I don't know. We've lost the gradient though too, so that kind of sucks, but let's fill it in with some little rectangles. And then yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to rework this fill method. It is just, it's not good. It's not easy to make shapes like that. You have to be able to choose the fill method, kind of. Maybe that's what we'll work on today. We've got a little bit of time. We can totally do it. Yeah, this is kind of for the birds right here. I'll be completely honest. Well, I don't want to say I messed that up and then leave, but yeah, that's kind of what happened, my brother. I thought it looked good a few frames ago, and we'll definitely make a short out of it, but yeah, I think we need work. I think it was a good test to see if we need work. The blade, yeah, the whole thing needs work, and to be honest, the problem is that we can't make it as fine as we want it to, because the pixels are spread out. Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool. All right. So we're gonna work on that right now, because yeah. So right now we just have the filled Boolean in our state, and we're gonna change that a little bit. What defines a fill? Where's my Visual Studio Code? All right, you guys see that? All right, what defines a fill? One thing we have is it's filled. So like class fill, and then we have active, which is a Boolean. And then the next thing that we have is what is the fill type? And for fill type, I think we want to present full, dotted, striped, horizontal stripes, horiz stripes, vert stripes, diag stripes, and whatever, X's, just so we have stuff, X's. Okay, now the next thing that we want is colors, and I say colors, multiple colors. But we don't want to waste too much time with that, so if that proves to be any kind of difficulty, we will just make it one color. And possibly we could say that this would be proportional fills. What would we call that? I'll just run out of color. Again, don't want to waste time on it. We have to move forward. I really want to get this done. One thing we can do is, instead of full and dottiness, we could do like a measurement of how full it is. But mathematically, what would that be? What would that be mathematically? I wonder, because right now the unfilled section of it is basically using the modulo operator. So make rectangle is the first function that's called of any shape, because every shape is derived from a rectangle here, and so this is what I'm talking about. X plus y mod 2 is 0, and that's what I've called the standard fill type. That's going to be dotted now. Yeah, and even just talking about all this, I now realize that I do not even want to, I don't want to tussle with it. I don't want to tussle with it. I just want to move on. Alright, speaking of that, let's move on. Guys, I was shocked to see that desktop won the poll. Desktop won the poll for preferred streaming platform. And yet YouTube promotes mobile. I think what I'll do for you guys, because you do prefer desktop, is I will do desktop streams, but it will be proportional to how beneficial it is to me, because I need subscribers at the end of the day. I have 525 subscribers and I'm super happy for that, but it needs to be more. We need to get the word out. We need to get people coding. We need to get people involved. I want to get people working on this stuff too. So that's all in the works. For now, just got to get the word out. I think I got a new short that I just released on a schedule today. It's nothing special, but if you could go over and like it and share it if you can, that'd be super sweet for me. Also, this video likes, let's see, what else do we got? I'm asking for art requests here. We're gonna change that. We're asking for 10 likes. Can we get to 10 likes? Let's see. Coding is kind of, I always post this message. Coding is kind of, because people are, you know, generally not coders. 9 people out of 10, they won't be interested in this kind of stuff. So I say coding is kind of boring, but help me get to 10 likes anyway. And then I gotta bump it up because this interface sucks and I can't see the pin thing over the little hearts and stuff, little emoji cons. Rusterized, I have a question. How much of this project is done exactly? Yeah, good question, Rusterized. So right now I have two main objectives with this project, and they're pretty simple. One is just make it super user-friendly, and this is part of that right now. I just tried to make this nuclear symbol, and I didn't have a very good time with it because of the fill method. So now I'm in here trying to add the fill method. So I guess if I had to like tell what my process is right now, it's just I am going to the point where I'm satisfied with the performance and I'm satisfied with the feel of it, and then I take these art requests and then I see what I don't, and then I revise. So I made a performance change, and that was the dotted nature of the fill to try to alleviate some of the crashing that you might have seen in my other streams. And right now I just tested that with trying to make the irradiation symbol, and you saw how it didn't go the way I wanted. So now I'm going back and I am adding some features that would help with that. So I hope that makes sense. It's a process of revision for performance and then usability, and those two things have to be balanced and optimized. Dang, 2 likes away. We're getting it, man. We're getting it this morning. What's up? See, that's what's up with a mobile stream. That won't happen in a desktop stream, y'all. And I hate it too. I went back and I watched some of these mobile streams on my big computer that I love, and it sucks, dude. Like, I have to squint, and like, but on my phone it's like I can just hold it right up my face and I can read everything. It's really nice. But honestly, dude, like, if I had my way, I would only do desktop stream. Actually, if I had my way, to be perfectly honest, I probably wouldn't do this at all. No. I mean, I love you guys and everything, but if I had my way, I would just code and put it out there. But that doesn't work in a vacuum. You can't just code. You're either going to have to interact with somebody, you're going to have to tell somebody about your code. It just doesn't work. I originally got into coding because I was in customer service. I was a phone answerer, operator person, and I was extremely depressed. Each day that I had to deal with people, I would go in feeling anxious and not knowing what was going to happen. And then something would happen inevitably that would depress me, or somebody would yell at me, and it's just, I guess I'm really sensitive, and it would ruin my day, and it would ruin me. And I thought there was something wrong with me. And then I realized that it was people, you know? I just have to get away from these people who are unpredictable. And that's when I went into computers and coding. And honestly, best choice ever. I don't hate people, but interacting with people and being subservient to people has you don't even know the effects on your psyche it has. You don't even know. Unlucky. That is amazing. I'm glad to hear that you like it so much, brother. I think that if you're doing that, then that deserves a subscribe, a like, and possibly a share. Can we get a share from you, Unlucky? Oh yeah, dude, I'm looking at the replay of the stream over here because I have no shame. And yeah, that radiation symbol did look a little good. It did look good for a moment, and then I messed it all up. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back to defining this fill. We're trying to plan out what this is before we execute. I already have some code on it, but let's see. I can't code for I got kicked out of school because I was so bad, not gonna lie. Well, brother, that's because you're unmotivated. That's because school, you haven't made the connection. I don't know, maybe you're old now. I don't want to patronize you, brother, but for me, it was, I failed school too, and then I had to go and do this on my own without school. I still went to school, but that was for my own purpose. School was for me, not me for school. But I failed because I just didn't know what I was doing. You know what I mean? I was there, and I was there because I was supposed to be there. Because I was told I was supposed to be there. And I didn't understand that. Simply. I don't get it. Why am I here? What's my purpose? I am the kind of person, and this is the right way to be, who needs to have purpose and meaning in their actions. And if you're at school and you were just told to be at school, you don't have purpose and meaning in your actions. And if you're unmotivated and you're not working hard, it's not because you're lazy or whatever. It's because you're the type of person who probably is like me and who has to be guided by meaningful things. So, brother, anyway, to be fair, you might be a rock. You might be like but if you're like me, it was meaningful. And I'm telling you, because do I seem like an unmotivated, lazy person to you? Do I seem like the type of person who you know, just sits around and does nothing? I was. Absolutely, I was. That was before I had meaning in my life. Nah, you change anything, brother. I don't even want to tell you about the unspeakable filth that I crawled out of. I don't want to tell you about it. I'm never going to tell you about it. You're never going to know. You'll use your imagination, and you'll think of horrible things, and they won't even come close. Anyway, back to coding. I can't remember where I put this damn list. Oh, here it is. Perfect. Alright, so a fill. What defines a fill? I think we can take this active off because it's going to be active. We're going to fill the damn thing. Actually, no. If it's not filled, then it's not there. If it's not active, it's not there. Now we have fill type, colors. We can throw in border with there. Is it border? But this is like what defines the shape at that point, because the fill and the border are separate, right? In Photoshop, we call them fill and stroke. Thank you, Worldman. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel that stuff deeply. All right, so fill. Nah, it's cool. I answer questions. It's all good. Fill. But should this be shape? And should this be is filled? And should this be is border? And then there's the fill type, and then there's the colors. And then we already have the bordered. And then here, we want the border type. Actually, after this, we want the border type. It's like CSS. We're basically implementing CSS, right? I wonder if we can use ChatGPT to help us on this. That'd be pretty sweet. Let's try it. Let's try it. Hold on. I always try it. You gotta try it. You know what I mean? You'll never know unless you try it. And you never wasted it. Like, if you only try it once and it doesn't work and you move on, you never really wasted any time. By the way, the reason I switched over to Twitch is because on YouTube, the chat delay is crazy. If you're reading this, I've already typed this like 30 seconds ago. Yeah, my brother. Brother, I cannot go back to Twitch until something, I don't know, something would have to happen. But I mean, I left Twitch and I was happy. Went back to Twitch and I was miserable. Brother, I cannot go back to Twitch. I'm sorry. My next move would either be trying something else. I was gonna say TikTok, but I think that's gonna get banned in the United States now. Actually, like, really? What was the other one? Kick. Are any of you guys on Kick? No, brother, I'm not going back to Twitch. That was ridiculous. And if something like that happens to me here on YouTube, I probably won't come back here either, to be honest. You have to understand, I have a family. I do this stuff because, you know, I want to provide for my kids. You know, for somebody to try to take that away from me, it's just ridiculous. I might try Kick. At least Kick is somewhat more low profile, I guess. I don't know. I just don't know. We'll try that out. John Worldman. Yeah, Twitch does. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, over the weekend, I tried to go back to Twitch. Last week, I spent pretty much the whole week not being on Twitch. And it was great, honestly. We got a lot of subscribers. We switched to this mobile profile platform, and we got even more subscribers. And I'm super stoked about it. But then, like, one morning, I just randomly got 1,000 subscribers. Like, I woke up one morning, and my wife looked it up, and she said, like, that there was this thing on Twitch where there were random bot farms, and they would just like you randomly, and it actually benefited you. So I said, sweet, I'll go back to Twitch, since maybe I actually have a chance there against, like, these huge names that I never seem to be able to come up against. Maybe I have a chance there now. And so I went back there on good faith, and then this guy sent all of his bots into my chat and typed this message that said, thank you for buying 1,000 followers. Like, he was trying to extort me, like making it look like I bought 1,000 followers. And so right there on stream, I sat there for, like, I don't know, it was probably an hour. It didn't seem like an hour. It was probably an hour. I don't know. It's on one of the streams. You can go look. Trying to deal with this, and I made one of the dudes a mod. I think it was Rusterize. I think I made you a mod. You were Orbital. Orbital something. Made you a mod. He removed a lot of them. He was doing good work, but it wasn't enough. They kept coming, and finally I just had to shut down Twitch. I shut down the stream, and then yesterday morning I shut down my Twitch account, which doesn't delete it, but it just deactivates it, like sort of like a Facebook or whatever. It's their way of keeping their foothold in you. There will have to be something major that brings me back to Twitch, and I don't see it happen. It's not like they're gonna reach out to me, but if they do, I would consider it. The Orbital Tooth. Yeah, there was another Orbital dude. Yeah, you were Orbital Tooth. Right on, brother. Yeah, man. Oh, terrible, terrible, terrible. All right, so where are we at? Okay, the shape. So we have is filled, is bordered, fill type, border type, and also here we have, like, the size of the shape. Shape type, which can be, you know what it can be. Circle, etc. Now, a circle is only an ellipse. It is an ellipse with let's see. I'm gonna give you the algebraic definition of a circle. A circle is an ellipse with a focal distance of 0. So in an ellipse, you can imagine 2 points, and they're in the middle, and they both have little radii spinning on the outside. And as they pull apart, and as their radii get bigger, it changes the shape and skewedness of the circle and make it into ovals, ellipses, and circles. So that's how a circle works algebraically. With a circle, the two foci are just one, and they're just in the center. And so you have a single radius. Okay. All that to say that we don't need to define a radius property for our shapes. We can simply do with length and width, I think. So for size, or just simply just length and width of our shape. Now, I think that's going to do, because otherwise, if I was going to control how, okay, no, I know what we're going to do. So we're not going to have colors anymore. We're going to have fill colors and border colors. And this is obviously the same thing here. Fill colors and border colors, an array of colors. Length, width, and let's just do it, man. Let's just do rotation or pitch or whatever we call it. I don't know how well we're going to be able to accomplish this. I don't. But we shall figure it out, my friends. We shall figure it out. Or not. Rotation will be one of those things where it's just like, we're going to end up making this shape class, I guess. I don't know if I want to do class. I think I will do a class. I'm so sick of functional programming. You can do a class in functional programming. Like, it's not like it's not allowed. But anyway, those two things, color, array, and rotation, are things that I'm not 100% sure about. Okay, so let's go back over here. So we're gonna make a huge revision here, basically, just huge, absolutely massive. But the only goal that we're gonna have is that we want the fill to be more poignant. Is that the right word? Poignant? And right now I'm just removing some of these trash functions that I don't need, because there's a lot on here. We haven't really done any good cleanup lately, because cleanup is not fun, and I need fun to get you people here and interested in this type of stuff. So I need to stop cleaning up and do this actual work. To be honest, I'll be completely honest, I have this fear in the back of my mind that it's just going to go wrong. So I sit here and I want to clean it up because I know that that's going to go right. You know what I mean? It's procrastination at its finest. And I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it. All right. Okay, the roadmap. The class. We need the class. So this is going to be a class that is going to be we're not only going to use it here, we're also going to use it in the state. Okay? Let me show you. So let me put this here. I wonder how hard it would be to do a TypeScript overall. Let's see, where are we at with the likes, guys? Are we up to 10 likes yet? Because I'll remove this, because I got another question for people. Ooh, we need one more like. I'm going to go ahead and post the question anyway. All right. Here's my question. Would you watch a stream where we overhauled our entire JS project with TS? Would you watch that kind of stream? Bump, bump, bump. What do you guys think? Would you watch a stream where we just go and we just convert the entire thing to TypeScript? Because I would like to. I would like to use TypeScript here. This is one of those rare. It's ass. No, it's a rare incident. It is a rare incident where I do want to use TypeScript. But more than anything, I just want to use a typed language. Anyway. Is it uppercase C like that? No, it's lowercase. I don't do classes in JavaScript very often. This is mainly why. Alright, so there we have shape. And we're going to export the class shape, I think. And over here on main.js, we're going to go ahead and import that. The class shape. And this is the selected options, and we're going to completely get rid of that. Okay, but first what we need to do is we need to take this stuff and move it into here as the defaults, into our shape class as the defaults. So where's our shape class? Oh wait, you know what? That needs to be a poll. Hold on guys. Let me make that a poll. Start the poll. Alright, we got the poll going. People like polls, right? So we'll unpin that message. We'll get back to the 10 likes message because that seems to be getting likes. We gotta get likes on the stream. Can't go nowhere if nobody likes the stream, you know what I'm saying? Alright, are we still there? Are we still here? Are we still watching? Probably not. It's boring stuff at this point. Do you know what? People don't like the, or people answer the poll because it puts it right in front of their damn face. It's kind of spammy. It's kind of spammy. I think my next poll is going to be, are polls annoying? But the problem is I think I already know the answer. It's yes. Guys, we got a new short out there. It's kind of funny. You should go like it up. It's called Anniversary. Let's check it out. Let's check out our new short. Actually, we don't have anybody watching. There's no need to check it out. Guys, there's no need to check it out. There's nobody watching right now. Probably because we're not doing anything. Is anybody here? Nobody's here, brother. My brother. Where is everybody, brother? We can't even get up to 10 likes, brother. brother. I love that video. I can't get enough of that video. I actually watched the full, like, I don't know what they call it. Over here, we call it a sermon. And I like what that guy said. I think it was something to the effect of, you know, like, do it, or like, you know, get your hands dirty kind of thing, you know? I liked it, man. It's good. It was definitely a positive message. Nothing hateful. Very good. Brother. We got 4 votes. Prophet of Shiba Inu. No worries, brother. That means, if that's the case, then we must be up to 10 likes, brother. Maybe, I don't know. I don't. YouTube doesn't report the numbers correctly in real time. All right, so we're up to 4 votes, and I think 3 of them were me. So 4 votes. Would you support watching a JS to TS overhaul on stream? It's making me a little nervous because that one's a little iffy for me. Okay, we need to give these some default values. Okay, there's 2 ways to do it that we could add to this constructor, but that's going to get a little dirty. It's going to get a little dirty. So what I would like to do is do these little question marks to give it defaults. Now, I think that what we want to do is true for is filled. And actually, no, I want it to be the opposite, because it'll help save resources if the opposite is true. All right, brother, we're at 10 likes. That's what's up. Oh, we got a no vote on the TS overhaul. Womp womp. Bro, JS, that's probably you. You're probably the JS to TS overhaul. Well, thank you for your opinion, brother. I agree with you 100%. I want to just make this game, but I'm trying to see what my viewers want. And this is a code-heavy stream. TypeScript is popular, and I could see where maybe some people would be into it. And in fact, I think one person did vote for that. But poll's still new. Let's see what's going to go on. By the way, thank you for joining, Colbert87. All right, so fill type. We need to define the fill types. I don't think we have an enum in JavaScript. We just have to make an array. Const fill types like this. Full, dotted, parse, stripes, vert stripes, dig stripes, and X. So that's great and everything, except we need to not only display the value, but have the value shown, or have the value indexed. And I think that's fine. So full, we just want this to be the full word here. Horizontal stripes, vertical stripes. What is dig stripes? Diag. Nobody understands what dig means. And then what is this? X's. We'll have to use that. X's. Like that, X's. Okay. Perfect. That's the fill types. And now we need border types. Cobra87, if you're still there, brother. We got one more vote, yes, on a TS overhaul, so that might be in the works, my brother. You mean it sounds dreadful to implement? It could be cool for some people. Why would someone overhaul TS from JS? Are you thinking it would be some legacy system update to a modern framework? No, my brother, I'm not using a modern framework. I'm just using vanilla JavaScript, and I don't think anything like that. I think that right now where I am using these classes, I think I could be better using interfaces and being able to extend them in TypeScript. And then also, there have just been some instances where I wish things were typed. I wish that I could see, I guess it's small benefits, but maybe I'm not one level. I'm one level off in the JavaScript indexing. And if I were using TypeScript, it would be easier to tell me that. It'd be easier to use the compiler to tell me I am accessing an object and not a number. You see what I mean? I find using maybe not TypeScript, but I find using typed objects and interfaces and data structures just absolutely the way to go. And then also this whole array stuff bothers me, but that's still the same problem in TypeScript. So we still have arrays in TypeScript. They're just typed arrays. My brothers, Mark O and Dank Eroner. My brothers, my next project will absolutely be a typed language. I don't think it'll be Rust. I don't know a lick of Rust. I don't know a lick of Rust. Yes, I want the compiler hints, but also I also plan on wanting to work with other people too. And it's just if somebody has something if you're using TypeScript among other people, you can more easily model things in such a way that makes sense, that it's you can easily look at this interface and say, okay, this is the arguments for this particular section or component. Anyway, there are a lot of benefits to TypeScript. They're out there. Not convinced on a TypeScript overhaul for an existing JS project. It would make a lot of content though. And for people to see how it's done, maybe it's something that they are doing in their own personal lives. I want to go back to C# really badly. I don't know Carbon. I code in Elixir and it's untyped, so I'm used to it. But I get your point too. Yeah, dude, when I spend time and I code in JavaScript and PHP and Python, and maybe I'm grass is greener on the other side right now, but I came from C# and I remember certain times when I did not have to wonder where my array was being manipulated. You know what I mean? I think that what really helps with that is the JavaScript debugger or the C# debugger. That's a really useful thing. Wow. All right. Sorry. Okay, so we got this class here. We're filling it in with some defaults, and I gotta move because the sun's coming up, and I promised my kids I'd take them out when the sun came up. All right, so I'm gonna ignore questions for a little bit. No offense. So fill type, yeah, we will give it a default of full. Border type, we want border types. That's what we're about to do. Because they're not going to be the same thing. It's not going to be this. And here I could do border types. If this, I could do border types and fill types because they overlap. I don't know what the you know, overlapping category is called. C#, bro, var for everything. The thing about var in C# though is that it becomes the type that you assign it to. I wouldn't use var for everything though, my brother. I would not. Absolutely not. My favorite thing in C# is link or linq, however you spell it or however you pronounce it. Rust is hard to learn. HTTP server struggling to learn. Self-signed root CA running. Reading very frustrating. Yeah, I've heard Rust is hard. Python and C++ are my go-tos. Yeah, I like Python, except the same problems with JavaScript. I can't tell when certain things are happening. Like, I saw an example in Python the other day where if you define an array in your parameters, and then you manipulate it inside the array, and you return the array twice, the array gets manipulated twice. So you think you have what's you know, you think it's returning a blank array with a one value, but no, it's actually appending to the array every time. It's persistent, it's mutable, it's unpredictable, and that is what I don't like about it. It's just certain things, and I think there's probably that sort of thing with every language. You just have to, there's a block that you have to just kind of freaking navigate around. No language is perfect. No language is perfect. But I want a damn perfect language. One day, I will write a perfect language for you guys. Selware, good to see you, brother. Good to see you, my brother. Guys, we got a new short out. It's called Anniversary. It's kind of funny. This dude was asking me to make him a Lite Brite art for his anniversary. By the way, I think that was less than 5 days ago. His anniversary might be today. I don't know, my brother. Does anybody remember when that stream was? Is bro's anniversary today? Should we surprise bro with a flower for his anniversary? I think he said he wanted it to be red and purple. I don't remember which person that was. Which person was that? Alright, so now we got shape here. We're good to just create an instance of the object as the state. So way over here in main, again, see how we have selected options here? Yeah, we're not going to have that anymore. Or we are going to have that. It's just going to be an instance of our shape. And I don't think it's going to be, we'll call it selected options, but really I want to call it shape, but I don't know. Can we do Control Shift H here? We can do that. We can do that. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I think it's worth it. Selected options is now going to be called shape in the whole project. 54 occurrences. Yes. Control Shift S. But no, that's not it. Save all. Control K. Control KS. Control K. Okay. Never mind. Control. Thanks for responding. No problem, brother. I'm trying to focus. I'm trying to respond. I love you guys. I'm doing my best here. So there we got new shape. I think that's how it's done in JavaScript. I hope it's how it's done. Here, we can refresh. I mean, we're still running. We're still, I mean, this is the code here. But yeah, undefined. No problem. No problem. No problem. All right, so what's the dealio here? So for real, what's the dealio? That's a good question. All right, let's console log this. the state. By the way, anybody got any good JavaScript debugging tips? I would love to hear them. Cannot read properties of undefined step. Okay, got it. So our GUI properties have changed. Now, this is where it's a little interesting, because we do have some configuration stuff that we have here. See if there's a good way that we can model this so that we can do this recursively. I don't think so. Here's what I'm thinking. So I'm changing these configurations now, and I might change them in the future, right? But yeah, no worries. I might change them in the future, and I have to remember to change them in 2 places. That's gonna suck. That's really gonna suck. So I try to find a way to make this recursive, initializing this GUI, but like each of the properties is gonna have. This is probably where TypeScript would super come in handy, because if I had this as a type, then I could be switching between the types. But you know what? We only have a handful of these configurations, so I'm just gonna suck it up and just get them correct. Okay, so let me just copy the class shape over here into my area where I'm working, which was on main, just for reference, you know what I mean? So we're not gonna have shape type anymore, or we're not gonna have that anymore. I mean, our entire GUI is just going to be properties of shape. That's what we're doing, right? We're defining our shape right here. So okay, there we go. That's what I couldn't think of. Alright, so fill types and border types are now going to have to be imported, exported, shapes, and main. So and I can't see that. The chat's actually overlapping it for me. Let me just cut that. Cut that. Got to make it look nice, you know what I mean? Fill types and border types. I'm just going to copy that. Go back over to main. Okay, all the way up. And then we're going to bring it in there. And I think that's it. That's all we really need from it. Yeah, right there. Perfect. Let's refresh. There we go. There's all our little options. This needs to be default something. And we need to still overhaul the shapes. And I do not like the order of these at all. If I had to, let's see, what do we want the order? I know we want shape type to be top. Shape type has to be top. Shape type, and then I think is filled and is bordered are more important. They're like the most important. Is filled, is bordered, and then fill type, border type, fill type, border type. We already got shape type. And then what defines the dimensions? Possibly. Sounds good. Not that. I would say length, width, rotation, length, width, rotation, all that stuff. And then the fill colors and the border colors. Possibly. Let's see how that looks. I just want to look at the UI and make sure that it looks good. I'll have to play with it and see if I can just find everything. So the other thing that I wanted to do is we don't want those colors to default to black. We want them to default to, I think, white. White would be the good color to go there. I'm just gonna see. Yeah, it's all Fs for white. Just 6 Fs. So let's go on over to shape. And for the default fill colors, we'll give it an array with one item, which is just all Fs. And I realize now that that's not gonna work because, yeah, we're gonna come back to the colors thing, and we're gonna give it just one color for right now, so that we can just move on. Because I do have to move on. Okay, now we only have one color right here. And yeah, I just have to change the names of these. And it should be defaulting to our white color. Okay, no, what happened? F12. Fill color is not defined, okay. Thought we did that. Thought we took care of that. Oh, okay, so we didn't change the name of the named argument. Annoying, but whatever. Cool, and now our default color is white, but obviously we have a lot more to change. Let's go ahead and get rid of this comment trash. I think we're pretty much done with all that. Okay. This is important right here. Previously what we were doing is we had this array of shapes, and each one of those objects in the array had a function draw, and those draw functions were just simply functions. This is going to be a little different. We're going to have a draw function as part of our class, and then the class draw function is going to have a switch based on the shape type. Almost similar, like almost identical. Almost identical. This is not what I want right here, but it is important. This is something I have to come back to. I could just take care of it now, I guess. So our shapes, they're all an instance of the class shape, and they all have a shape type. It's not peg.shape that we want. We do want the constant shape types, even though we don't have it yet, I don't think. It's important for us to use that. So what are we using currently? Yeah, see, right now we're using this object key shapes, but instead we want to use a new array called shape types. And we just want to look real quick and see what other references we have to that shapes, because it is going away right now. Alright, now back over to our shapes file. Back down here where we're doing most of our changes, we'll have another constant. That's not it. Point, circle, rectangle, triangle. That's all we have for now. It's fine. Now the next thing we need is a draw function. No. We're going to go ahead and remove this shapes variable so that we're not confusing it here. Let's look for references as well. Just there. That's fine, because that's where we are. Alright, so here we have the draw function. It's going to be a lot cleaner when we export one class for this. The draw function is going to have a switch statement. By the way, this should be the same like enum type thing, yeah. I don't mind if the, what are we doing? Oh, okay, yeah, that's not an array. Shape types, it's an array. It's not an array. So now we're using a switch statement, and we're returning the appropriate function based on the selected type. It's a little more clean, to be honest. It's a little bit more clean. The function name should not be add. It should not be add. To export shape types. Alright. So we do need to overhaul these shapes functions as well. Let's get rid of this. Don't need it. So let's just go through this and see exactly what that's gonna look like. So here we're extracting shape, and here we're extracting radius. Let's skip circle for now and just focus on rectangle, because I'm going to do the elliptical overhaul on circle hopefully as well. Anyway, yeah, rectangle. Sorry, I just saw that, and I had to fix it. going to need to change this. It's going to be a problem for us. Anyway, at add rectangle, so far so good. So we have the point is selected function. We just modified that. Then we have the add point function. Let's go into that. Here's the add point function. We have pegs and state, but we're not using pegs. Let's get rid of it. Here we're deconstructing shape out of state. And then we're calling assess color. We have the option to pass color into add point, which is interesting. We're dealing with a rectangle, and the point that we're adding matters whether or not it's on the border or not. So I think that passing the color in here is appropriate. I think that passing the color in is definitely appropriate. At this point. So we're going to have to pass the color in every time to add point. Because there's nothing inside of add point, and then we can take away the state argument as well. There's nothing inside of add point that has anything to do with determining the color, really. It's just putting the peg. Alright, let's go into the add peg function, see if there's anything we need to change there. I'm going to just say no. So does that mean we're good to go? Of course not. It's always something. We don't have a module called shapes. Thought I got rid of that. Where are we at, by the way? Are we in index or are we somewhere else? We're somewhere else. Okay. Gotta look there. I hope this doesn't cause too much problems for us. So we don't have selected options anymore. Our selected shape is just going to be state.shape. Which, I don't know why we would do that there and not like this. Doesn't that look nicer? Doesn't that look more JavaScript-y? More ECMA 6 and less ECMA 5. We don't talk about ECMA 4. Probably most of us weren't alive around during those difficult times. They didn't live through the horrors. Oh, we got stories. All right, let's check this poll. We got 10 votes, 70% yes, 30% no. I believe that's 7 and 3. JK. Votes on a TypeScript overall. Not as much excitement for a TypeScript overall. We're going to end it there because it's painful for me. But we will maybe do that one day if I run out of ideas or something. Alright, next question that I have for you guys. I need help naming this game. I still don't have a name for it. I don't know if you know this, but Lite Brite is not a name that we can actually pick due to legal purposes. There are legal purposes. So, we need help. We need to name this mother. We need to make sure that we get the name right. Damn, I'm broken here. I'm totally broken. Alright, well, I gotta get working on this, man. Nice. Okay, so the preview's there, that's good. Are we making circles and stuff? Probably not. Rectangles? Not yet. Okay, no problem. No problem at all. And we can't click right now, so that's a big problem. Do we have any errors? No errors at all. But we are making a point right now. We're literally making a point. Let's see if we have the right stuff at this point where I just changed it. So let's just console log the state. We'll do a few hovers and console log the state. See exactly what we get in there. Alright, here we go. We got 2 pegs on the board. Looks fine to me. I'm more interested in the shape property here. We can look at it. We got is bordered set to true and is filled set to false. That's a big problem. But okay, I think we need to go back into the shapes function. Let's focus on, I think, the rectangle. We'll go into the rectangle. So here we go. In the shapes. I'll jump into this function and see if we're returning true on that. I'll just console log this entire figure. All right. False. So it's telling me that point is not selected. That's true because we have 4-4. That's good to know. Okay. The color, it's white. It's white. So that's fine. The color is white. Totally cool with that. The height and the width and the position, those should all be coming in. So let's see, let's console log everything that we need as we're drawing this. Here's one thing. I think the border points, yeah, so here's what we want to do. Let's make this a little bit, I think, yeah, we want to do this on the individual function because it's going to be different for every single one of them, probably. At least for the ones that we have, which is all the ones that I care about. So if, I guess first what we want to do is take is filled, is bordered. What else do we have for shape? That's it for now, I think. I have rotation on there, but it's not going to do anything. What else do we have? We have the fill type and the border type. We're going to use all these. We're going to use all these. In the fill color, the border color, the shape type, the length, the width. We already know the shape type. We're good on that. The length, the width, and the rotation. So pretty much just the color, the shading stuff. I'm gonna make it look at least somewhat distant, decent, not distant. So if we're is filled, we're filtering the border. Yeah, no, I think we're going to do the opposite of that. We're going to do negations because we want to filter if it's not filled. No. Think about that for a second. Because it can be filled and bordered. You know what I mean? Bordered is not the opposite of filled. Let's do this. There's not going to be any not is filled and not is bordered. We can just return. We can return a blank array. Because if it's not filled and not bordered, then what is it? If it is filled and it is bordered, we can use else if here. Else if not is filled and is bordered. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just do that. No need to church it up, right? Now I know that's pretty, like, a lot of code just appearing out of nowhere, but whatever. I feel like there's definitely some way to simplify that. I feel like we can accomplish all that with one line. Okay, that's a huge unreadable mess, but it's kind of a reactive way of doing it. It's you put the Boolean first and you make a ternary, and if it's true then you just pass, but if not then you present a condition where it has to pass to be true. It's basically a modified if statement in a filter. And I'm going to put a comment right here. Filter, yeah, whatever. Works for me. All right, let's see. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Nothing. It's not working. All right, what's the dealio? One error. One error. What could it be? What could it be? I don't know. All that looks good. This is possibly filtering too much. Let's just remove the filter for now. And yeah, let's see what we get. So we got rectangle, length, width. Still nothing on the old rectangle there. Yeah, no matter what we set. And no errors. So that's not very helpful. So let's make it to where it works, right? Let's console log this rectangle. Yes, but before that we need to remove the other console log. I don't even know where it was. I think it was on render. Yeah, there we go. Boop. Get rid of that. Alright, so. Alright, picking rectangle. Making it a little girthier. We should have some user message. We don't have. We only have one user message. And it's not a rectangle, as you can see. Alright. Easy enough. We're not getting into the rectangle function. So over here on our shape class, what's the deal? Well, one thing we need to do is we need to use our enums Also, I believe we need a break for our switch statements to work properly. Very important. Otherwise, you might just fall on the default. But all right, that's our switch statement we have right there. Just missing that. Okay, now we broke it a little bit more. That's kind of cool. All right, let's see what we got here. What is this shape type? What are we getting there? Point. That's correct. Rectangle. Capital R rectangle, in fact. Okay. So it is a rectangle, but it's not returning. It's not getting into the rectangle function. Is that right? Do I have that right? I'll figure it out. And let's see just the entire shape there. Okay, we are in the rectangle function. Super stoked about that. Alright, but where are we going? Doesn't look like we're getting past here, right? Doesn't look like we maybe are stopping at the if statement. No, we are not stopping at the if statement. That's great. I'm stoked about that. So, can we console log this rectangle, or? Not dot length necessarily. We can see that from the console. It's easy to see. So we have a rectangle that is not there, and that's what we would expect to see. And that's the problem, but the question is why. What is the position that we're passing in here? I see. Interesting. I see. Interesting. I see. Very interesting. This is very interesting. Extremely interesting. Oh, I'm going crazy. Alright, so we got state going in here. That's fine. And the position, where does the position come from? It comes from the mouse. And all that should be fine. On the add rectangle function. In the make rectangle function, rather. We got width, we got height, multiplying it by y coefficients, and then we got this thing here going good, but we're returning a blank array. So is our width and our height, are they not defined? Possibly. So if I go here into my shape, I can clearly see a length and a width, but hey, we're not using length and width, are we? We're using height and width. Yeah. So length is not right. Gets me every freaking time. Every freaking time. And of course we don't want to use that length because that's the same as our array method. Do not want to use length in our class at all. Anywhere. That means we have to go back to main.js and change length again here to height. Perfect. There we go. Back in business, baby. Still not able to click to draw, but whatever. Back in a business. Business as usual. Doing lots of business. Business as usual. Business casual. Semi-formal business casual. Alright, what's going on? I can't click. Probably just some more errors, right? Alright, well, let's get into it. Let's figure out why I can't click. Is preview. Yeah, that's going to be a very important thing, but is that just going to always come to true? It's not part of the selected options. It's not part of the selected options. But I'm guessing it's always going to be set to false. Alright, back to work. Alright, what's going on here now? We got these user messages, and we got some falses in here. The falses is what we need to follow. Alright, so where are we at with the falses? So they go into here. And they go in here. So I can console log it at this point and see what it is. Just make sure it's still the same thing. Make sure I still get those trues in there as well. Yeah, I got trues in there. Trues are great. They're not going on as the right thing. That's okay though. So when we call the draw function, isPreview goes in as the third argument. Position state is preview. Okay, now let's go over to shapes, and this is the draw function right here. Position state is preview. All good. Totally all good. Now we're gonna go directly into the add point function, because that's the one that's gonna end up at anyway. And then we have add peg. Position is preview, and then color. You see that? We change the direction of the arguments. So let's do that here. Now for point, we're just going to use this.fill color. We're just going to use the fill color. For everything else, we'll be figuring out the color inside of the function, but we do need to pass in state here to everything else. So my bad. Okay, I'll just copy that up, redo, and then paste it back, but fix it. Great. Still needs some work, but that's okay. Let's go into the add point function. So we have position, preview, and then color, which is null. And then we check is position out of bounds. That should be completely fine. Then we call is peg, or add peg, sorry. And then if you look here, we're adding the opacity if it is preview. So at this point, this is the exact point where we could console log something and see if we're still getting it here. And I think we're not. Oh, we are. Perfect. Or not perfect, actually, because it's, yeah. Seems to be not translating. Okay, so we have something further along that's causing this issue for us. Let's see if we can figure out what it is. So we're not passing state at this point. So at this point, we're done. We can console log this peg and see that we have exactly what we need for a peg. So one of them is a preview and one of them is not. I'm wondering if that's what's messing it up somehow. Let's just make them all not previews. And we'll have to really be careful. Yeah, so you see that right there? That's a little bit unexpected. It's the previewedness of it that is, it's like firing twice, basically. Why is it doing that? It's a good question. See if it's doing that for rectangles. It may just be a problem with points. No, it's not. It's not a problem with just points. So when we console log these pegs, which is what we're doing right here, hold on a second, does this keep going? Does it just keep going like that, or is it just too many that I've done? No, it doesn't keep going. That's good. This one keeps going because that's because it's like stuck on a hover event. That's completely fine. Alright, stuck on a hover event. Doing too much. What could have caused this? Because I don't feel like I did too much to the way that the events work, but yet that's what it seems like the kind of problem it is. Hold on a second. There we go. That's better. Alright, let's do it this way. Refreshy. And a single click. Each time I click, I get 2. I remember we changed the way that these events were. We used a different event because one of them didn't have the right thing for us to be able to use to control or figure out if it was right click or left click. But now we don't care if it's right click or left click. Hey, what's up, Restaurants? I'm dealing with a little issue here. Now, if I get rid of this mouse movement event, we can add these previews, but they still look like previews. That's not good. That's not what I expected at all. How are they previews right now? Is preview defaults to false? And it's not. I can guarantee you that it's going in as true. Oh, it's going in as false? Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. I can guarantee you that it's going in as false, meaning it's not a preview. Okay? And then we already went all the way over here to add point. And we determined that that was also the, we went all the way actually to add peg. We determined that it was good there by using this. Actually, no, we were looking at the opposite, huh? I got Boolean mix-up. I had a serious case of Boolean mix-up. Alright, so cool. It's going here at least we know that it's crossed up here. It's true here. It's not supposed to be true here. That's good. I'm excited about that. So where does it end up becoming true? So at this point, we got is preview going at is false, whatever. So we should be able to see like a line of succession here, kind of. False, false. So far we're at false. That's great so far. So that goes into draw shape as is preview. And yeah, so we should still be set to false there. And then that goes into the draw function as is preview. Let's go ahead and console log it there. Okay. Still falsing, but am I in the right place? I don't even know if I'm in the right place. Did I remove the other one? Yeah, I did remove the other one. Okay, so that's, yeah, we're still good. So now, in the shape.draw function, this would also, the is preview would be cool here too. So we must be going into the shape draw function. And the is preview is the third argument. And we pass it into this add rectangle as the third argument. And that's correct. Let's go here again and we'll console log is preview. See what we get. Console log it twice. Am I not seeing it? No, I'm not seeing it because I'm on point. That's the problem right now. Alright, but we do have a bunch of falses there. Right? If I clear this, yeah, we got false, false, false. It's weird how we only have 3 falses. But that's because, okay, yeah. No, that's right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Alright, so false is correct. It is not a preview. So when we go into this add point, that's it right there. Okay. For some reason, I remember now. Okay, so the add point function, we had the arguments rearranged, and this is it right here. This is why JavaScript is giving me such a pain. This should be obvious to a compiled language. Completely obvious. You should never get away to do this. Being able to do this. With a typed language. I should say a typed language. It's not accurate. There may be some untyped compiled language. I don't know what they would be, but whatever. Alright, so what are we doing? In add rectangle, we're going to rearrange this. And again, we'll do fill color here. Alright, now what? Still looks false to me. Or it still looks preview-y to me. But I think I know where that is too. That's right here. Hold on, I deleted all that. This is not gonna work. We'll do this here. We have the border points here. I think within the loop is where we want to do the assessing the border thing. Let's do it like this. If position out of bounds, new position, continue. This should be if it is bordered and not is filled. And there's another condition. This is wrong. My brother, I'm gonna do a desktop stream very soon. Probably the next one. Where am I? Oh, my camera died. Yeah, I made this music, brother. It's not going to be assess color. What we're going to do up here is let color. I'm not going to call assess color. It's just going to be equal to fill color. Yeah, this is fine. If is filled. Man. Alright, let's make two more booleans to, or one more boolean. Let's make this one called on the border. bordered and is filled. If we're is bordered and is filled and on the border and not on the border, then we'll continue. If we're is filled and is bordered and we are on the border, then we'll also continue. And then our color if we're on the border, we'll do the border color. Otherwise, we'll do the fill color. We have an error or something. Ooh. Well, I guess we don't have an error. Just a little bit of a coding thing going on. All right. One thing's for sure, we can put back our hover event because it's a little confusing. I thought that was the issue, but it's not. Alright, back in business there. I'm super happy about that. I think that we want the border just to be a width of 1. Let me try that out real quick. So here I have a filled rectangle. Or wait, no, here I have a filled rectangle. And here I have one that is bordered. They look the same. Alright, first thing we have to do is change the fill. There's a lot more that's going to go into this. But basically I'm just going to get rid of this for now. So that we can see a full rectangle. Alright, there it is. And there it is without the border. And that's wrong. I think I'll just add this in. It'll be true by default. So within the rectangle, we're just gonna add to the height, add to the other thing. That'll be good. Alright, let's try that out then. Oh, it caused an error. What is it? Unexpected token? that 7? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's only adding to the width. So I guess that doesn't work like that. Oh, it needs to be 2. They need to both add 2. Because it's 1 on either side when you think about it, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's what we want. That's it right there. Okay, so the border points are actually going to be... So if we're returning an array here, this is going to be like outside of the range of our array. I don't think that's what we want necessarily. We could do this outside of here. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, our border points are being selected incorrectly. Turn this down. These should be the points that are, yeah, not on the border. Yeah, that's right. This doesn't really look right though. It should be x is greater than 0, right? No, it's not. Here, let's try that one out. Let's see if that fixes it. It's gonna be quitting time soon. My brain is kind of getting a little fried. No, we're still doing that. But let's see. I don't think that creating the border points outside of the regular shape is a good idea, to be honest. And I'm not doing that anymore. I can get rid of that. Confusing to me. So we have the width and the height, and whether or not it's bordered. Rectangle 0x or rectangle length minus x. Yeah, that looks good. We must have something wrong here. We have is bordered and not filled on the border. Continue. That should be where we're at. Oh, I see. We have to use the distance to function. We'll bring that to a new line. And what we were using was the distance to is 0. But as you can see, that's not really working. Point x distance to is not a function. point. It's just point.distance too. There we go. All right, sweet. All right, perfect. I'm not done yet with the rectangle though. Not done yet. So fill type, border type, all that looks pretty good. So here we'll have a bordered and filled. I think that the only thing I want to do is so let's do if is bordered, and wait, what did we do for on the border earlier? We had to find the border points. I want the borders to be included in the positions, and I want them to be thicker. And, I mean, we're going to have to build the border anyway. It's something that we're going to have to do on all the functions. Hodgepodge it. Well, I guess here we can actually simplify this a lot. So it is bordered and x equals, here, we can start to probably structure this a little bit more like that. Yeah, exactly. So the border is always going to be full as we have it right now. We could deal with that right now here. The only thing that I'm trying to do right now, is fill in the border with a full border. Fill in a full border right now. You gotta not lose sight of the task. So when we have a border, we want to fill it in completely full. For now. That looks good. No, that doesn't look good. That does not look good. Is bordered is not being passed in here. That's one thing for sure. So let's run that. See if that fixes it. There's the bordered rectangle. Fill type is dotted. That remains. And it looks like a good dotted fill type. Let's make it bigger. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Now, what we can do is we can maybe create a function to house this. And we can say reduce by fill type, possibly. That way we can do the same thing to the border, just separately. I'm not sure if that's what we want to do. I think the border fill type is going to be handled separately. I really do. The point of this is to make the border full so that we can reduce it. So now let's reduce it. So we'll create another function called inBorderFill. I like this, except like I don't know if it's going to work. We can try it, but I think we might want to switch those around or something. In some way, you know what I mean? In some way, we can switch those around, and I think it'll, you know what I mean, like offset it a little bit. I don't know, we'll try it out. We have full and dotted borders, it's completely fine. In border fill. So where do we have in rectangle fill? We need to really specify what this is. In rect border fill. Alright. Let's see what that looks like now. Okay. That's it fill. That's the full fill type. This is the dotted fill type. And you can see that the border is still full. And the dotted border type is still full. Okay, well, let's comment out the border type. right now. We can comment it out from the GUI, just from the GUI though. We still want it because we still have the value there. So the border type, yeah, we're just going to remove it from the option. But we still have all these robust options, which I'm super stoked about. We can make this rectangle filled up. We can change the fill type. We have a couple different fill types. Now we can change the fill color separate from the other color, the border color, which I haven't really changed yet, but yeah, there you go. We can do vert stripes, horizontal stripes. We can do dotted, like that. But most of the time we'll probably just be doing filled. It's just a flex more than anything. Alright, we got work to do still. We got 2 more shapes. And I don't have any more time. So I will say, for now, I'll see you guys later. But for later, I hope to see you guys again. Alright, later guys.